My name is Jamin Goecker. I'm your first friend in Alaska, and this is the Alaskan Journey podcast. And the purpose of this podcast is to really answer the question of what is it like living in Alaska and being answered by people who actually do live here. And today I'm very lucky to be joined by Priscila. She is coming in to talk about her experiences with living up here and to really shed a light on what it's like living up here. So Priscila, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. I am very happy to be here today. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I guess let's go and start with this. Where did you live before moving to Alaska?
I was in Bremerton. It's very close to Seattle, Washington. It's a very small and beautiful city. I was living there with my husband. And so I came to Alaska because my mother-in-law, she was very sick and she was very old and they need someone to take care of her. So my husband and I come in here and they start to take care of her. And first when I arrived to Alaska, I was like, oh my God, how long have you had to be here? Heavy woods everywhere. And I was used to the big city.
Yeah. Well, real quick, like which, was it South Central? Like what part of Alaska was did you come up to?
Here, Eagle River.
Oh, you're in Eagle River.
Yeah,
Okay, got
Eagle
it.
River, yeah. And so, because I always, I grew up in a big city, I always live in a big city. And so when I arrived here, I said, okay, let's take care of her. But first, I don't like Alaska very much because, oh my God, what you have here? Nothing, just woods. I said, no, I need to come back to the big city. And so I saw a bear in her door. And they say, wait a second. Have something to see here in Alaska. It's not just woods. And so I said, oh my God, a bear. And I never saw a bear before I came to Alaska. Never. It was my first bear. And so I changed my opinion really quick about Alaska. I said, oh my God, I love the woods now. I want to see more. And so I started to see moose, lynx, everything in her backyard. Because she lives in the mountains next to the nature center.
Oh, nice. Okay,
yeah, that
was
heaven for me. And so she died, but it was expected. Everybody knows, the doctor tells us. And so I say, you know what, the plan was come back to Bremerton after we done here.
Right.
But so I said, I don't want to come back. I want to stay in Alaska and explore and see what more have here. I started being in love with this place because the forest, the animals. I no longer want to know about a big city. You know, I just want to stay here now. And so we never come back.
Yeah. And how long was it in that period where you guys were helping out and, kind of quasi living up here?
Yeah, it happened almost 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah, almost 5 years ago. We take care of her for 11 months. The doctors say she don't have much time. So she died, and when she died, I know better about Alaska, and I was super in love here. I saw Aurora Borealis, and I said, I don't want to come back to the city. I want to stay here. I want to buy a house in the middle of the woods and live it there. I changed completely when I see Alaska. Yeah, it is almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, and was that something that happened like pretty quickly overnight for you during that 11 months, or is it something just kind of slowly, gradually you got there?
Yeah, it happened slowly. First, I wanted to see more because she lived in the mountains. I was around the woods the whole time, and so I started to feel like, oh my God, I need to go to the city and go to the mall, watch a movie or whatever. And so I go to Anchorage. My husband would drive me to Anchorage, and so I spent a lot of money in gift shop because I love gift shop. And I started to know more about Alaska, but always in my head, well, I can't wait to come back. I can't wait to come back to Seattle. Here is beautiful, but to visit, not to live. I don't want to live here. But so I started to see the animals, and I started to learn how to live in the mountains. And I said, oh my God, that's the real life. And I started this connection with nature. And I said, oh my God, I'm glad I am here. I am so silly to one day say, I want to come back. I don't want to stay here anymore. Take around 4-6 months for I finally see the real Alaska.
Right. Well, what time of year did you guys come up?
What time of the year?
Mm-hmm.
It was August. Yeah, I remember it was August in the middle of the year.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So you guys were like right at the tail end of summer, and then you went right into winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was excited because it was my first time with snow too. Yeah, everything's so new and so aurora borealis. And they say, "Oh my God, I can't believe Alaska is just heaven." I say, "No more big city for me. I want to stay here now." But it's amazing, Alaska. Today I can tell I want to die here. I want to spend the rest of my life here in Alaska. It's beautiful.
Yep, absolutely. What was that first winter like for you? Because you mentioned like first time like seeing snow, and I mean, kind of jumped into the
Oh my God!
the deep end here first here. So what was that like for you?
I wear a bikini and I go outside in the snow like a snowman. I was very excited. I make lots of snowman, play with sledge. I was a big kid in the snow. I still do that. Every winter, except last year because I was very disappointed. I always make snowman. I play tuba in the Arctic Valley. I am a big kid when it's about snow here. Yeah.
What was it like in that first winter dealing with the darkness? Because I know that's something that a lot of people deal with. Is that something you really struggled with, or
no? I did it because when it started, I already know a little bit more about Alaska. I started to read about it too, searching about Alaska, and they say I think it's nice, you know. Say, wow, living in a place where you have sunlight in the summer, and in the winter we have more darkness. I say, wow, it never bothers me. I am fine with that. It's not the big deal for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I know that seasonal depression definitely gets a lot of people.
Yeah, thank God I am very happy. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay, so after the 11 months, did you guys move back to Washington, or did you end up just staying in Alaska?
Yeah, no, we just stay. I never come back.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have a family there waiting for us, visit, and we say, okay, we will, but 5 years later, we are still here.
Outstanding. So how did you guys get your stuff up here then? Did you like sell everything down in Washington and just start up here, or did you have to drive the Alcan to get all your stuff up here?
Yeah, our family have a house there in Bremerton. So my brother-in-law have our stuff there, but it's not much stuff because when we know if you have to come in here to take care of my mother-in-law, we already make our bags with everything we can. So the only thing we leave there, I have still a little bit of stuff there. But I can just put in one bag and bring. It's not the big of the deal. My husband have more stuff there, but it's my niece live there in the house. So we say you can stay. We can use. It's like a sofa, bed. They say she's living there. She can just So we just leave the stuff there to her for now.
Got it. Well, that's a pretty privileged place to be in. I know a lot of people where it is an entire.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing trying to get all your stuff up here.
Yeah, we started from zero here. After my mother-in-law died, we sell the house, and so we moved to Anchorage. And I say, no, I have to come back to Eagle River.
What about Anchorage wasn't working for you?
Because it's more closer to this. Look at how it is. It's more close to cities. I don't see much animals and the nature there in Anchorage. I know have the parks, the trails, but it's more city, a little bit. It's a little town. I mean, it's not like here you see animals everywhere on the road and have the forest here. There they have buildings, they have houses, and there's busy traffic. You have a little bit. I know it's not a big city like Seattle.
Right.
But I say, I don't want it anymore. I want to be closer to the animals and the forest. So we come back to Eagle River, and we are living here in Eagle River now.
Outstanding. I guess real quick, if you guys hadn't chosen like Eagle River to kind of settle down in, is there another region of the state you guys were considering if Eagle River wasn't where you settled down?
If it don't work well for us here, we probably come back to Washington. But here, we are so happy here. We love it here. Yeah, we have great memories here. We want to make our life here. When we decide to stay, we start from zero. We have to buy everything from zero. Microwave, bed, everything. And we did. And we are making our life here. And yeah.
Absolutely. So have you had a chance to get out and like see different parts of Alaska so far?
Oh, yes. I was in Homer, Fairbanks, Valdez. I don't know if Whittier. Yeah, I saw a couple of places, but I have a lot to see. This year I'm going to Katmai, but I have a lot to see in Alaska. It's true for me.
Gotcha. I mean, Katmai is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, excited. Especially because I love bears. So.
Outstanding. So you've been here for a couple of years at this point. Well, about 5 years. I guess that makes you pretty experienced for the area.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say are some things you really like about kind of South Central Alaska, like Eagle River, Anchorage, and maybe some things that you don't like as much?
Well, I like a lot the animals, the nature here, the mountains. Alaska, I like everything about Alaska, and the only thing I don't like here is we have to order. If sometimes we have to buy online a lot because don't have it here, and sometimes it's more expensive to. They send it to us here. I've not remember what I buy now, but I already buy stuff. The post office charge more than what I buy. So just the price is more expensive living here. It's the only thing I think it's not so cool, but it's not a big deal too. So
yeah, and I mean also I have this perception in my head that everything's cheaper in the lower 48, but then I go down there and it's like man, this is really just not that big of a difference now.
No, I remember because now everything is expensive everywhere. But I remember before I came here, for example, with $100, I make shopping for the week. Now here in Alaska, I have to spend at least $300 for make shopping. So I realize here we spend a little more. But for us, worth it because here is so beautiful. So we don't change Alaska for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So. When did, because I mean, one thing that become aware of is you've got quite a collection of, a bunch of, Alaska wildlife themed photos, and you've got a great Instagram presence and everything with kind of the wildland photography. Like when did you get into that?
When I start to see the animals in my mother-in-law backyard. Yeah.
So that's what started.
First I started with my phone. I was making videos and take the pictures. And so my husband say, why you don't buy a camera? I say, I don't know take pictures. Because sometimes I make jobs as a model before. So I say, I know how people take pictures of me, but I don't know what to do with a camera in my hands. And so he said, try. But first I buy a telescope to see the sky, to watch the sky. Because at night is so... especially in the mountains, no pollution, nothing, so you can see a lot. But I don't know, I have troubles with it, so I have to send it back to the store. And so I say, okay, I will buy a camera now. And so I buy the camera, and I start to take the pictures. And I say, oh my God, why I don't buy the camera before? And so I start there, seeing all these animals in her door, in her backyard. It make me start with the photography. The animals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and where did you go from there then? Because, I mean, we were talking before, like it's a big investment of like time and energy and like the patience it takes to take good wildland photography. So how did you go from just taking pictures of animals in the backyard to, sitting on the Russian River for 4 hours to get the perfect shot of a bear?
Yeah, first I don't know where to go because today I have friends, but back then I don't have friends yet. I don't know what to do, where to go. So I always walking around. If I go Walmart, I bring my camera. If I go to the bank, I bring my camera. So I was walking with my camera everywhere. And I spent a lot of time in nature center. And so I start to meet people and be friends. And they start to tell me, oh, you try there. And so I start to go online to see places to see in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And so I make a bear tour in Homer. I start to, with my husband to drive places to find the animals. So we start by ourselves. And sometimes a couple of people give us tips where to go to. Yeah. And so today I know exactly where to go to see all these animals.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, for folks that are coming up here, even if they're just visiting, they would love to kind of know where's a good place to like see the wildlife. So, from your experience, where's kind of the best place to go for people to see wildlife?
Denali Park is a nice place. Katimai too, of course, a tour to Katimai. Valdez in the fall, it's nice because I have salmon everywhere. And so you see, the smell is very strong, but you see bears eating salmon. It's very nice. It's very fun to watch. But always a distance. I always tell people to don't go too close to the animals. Give space to the animals. Be far away. Leave them alone. So no one be hurt. The animals and the humans.
Yeah, so you probably don't want to be using a 50 millimeter lens to go take wildlife photography then.
Yeah, I use a 600 at this moment, a 600.
I did not know they made them that big. Okay.
Yeah,
or that small.
Yeah.
Depending how you look at it.
Yeah, it's like the size here. So I can, the animal can be far away. I don't need to be close to take the picture. This bear, he was not close to me. He was far away.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And is there like a seasonality to taking the wildlife photography? Like, do you take stuff during the wintertime, or do you try to focus just on the summer?
No, I am always looking for animals. Summer, spring, winter. But winter don't have much to photograph. Sometimes you can see owls. Sometimes you can see lynx, moose. I don't remember if I see something else in the winter. But in spring and summer is the best time to see the animals.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I mean,
in my opinion.
Yeah, because I mean, winter.
Don't have much.
A lot of them are hibernating. So.
Yeah, don't have much to see the winter. Foxes. I see lots of foxes in the winter.
Yeah, well, that definitely does check out then. So, for someone wanting to get into like wildland photography, like let's just say within like the Anchorage, Eagle River area, where do you think would be a good place for people to go to try to see them? Because I mean, there's a certain element of just chance. Like you run in, you can try for a week to find a moose and you don't see it, and then you're in Anchorage and it's walking right down the main street.
Yeah.
Like there's an element of chance to it, but where if someone's trying to see wildlife in like the Anchorage, Eagle River area, where do you think would be a good place to go besides your mother-in-law's backyard?
It's not her backyard anymore, but yeah, I bet you lots of nice stuff happening there too. In Anchorage, I will say Kincaid Park. That is a very nice place to see moose and the bears too. And the Eagle River, of course, the Eagle River Nature Center. That is a very nice place to see all this wildlife.
Yeah. Do you ever worry about safety when you're out there with trying to get the photos, or are you so far away it's just not that much of a concern?
I think you always have to be aware and be careful. In my first year taking pictures, I was like already all the time, watching around. But you will learning. And today, I mean, I don't have any fear, nothing. But I am always aware. Bear spray next to me. If I am far away of the animal, I can't be comfortable because can coming another one. Like already happened with me. I was taking picture of a black bear, and when I look at my back, I have another black bear.
All right, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one thing I don't like about this setup. These USB cords can come out just a bit, and it kills the entire feed.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll just make sure to edit that little section. But yeah, go ahead and just keep going.
Yeah. What I was talking about?
The black bear coming in
Oh
contact.
yeah. So yeah, if you are never be comfortable. If you say, the bear, he don't care about me. He's just eating. He's ignoring me. No, always be aware because anything can happen. Like one day I was hiking the trail and the grass was very tall. And I don't know where this black bear came from. He just jumped on the tree in my side. I almost found the floor. So you always, if you want to go places like that to see the animals, you have to pay attention. Watch around, be aware, be careful, keep distance always.
Yeah. What would you say is kind of a safe distance?
Yeah. For example, 50 yards. I will say, like a very nice distance.
Yeah.
And maybe 50 yards, something like that. And never, I think it's enough. Sometimes it's 100 yards. People ask it to be, especially when it's a bear. A very good distance. I think it's the best. It's what, because I see tourists sometimes here, and I see they going close because they want to take selfie or.
That's so dangerous.
And I already saw bears charging tourists. If I see,
is that this year or in previous?
I saw almost every year. Yeah, because tourists they don't know, But if I see, I tell keep distance, because they don't like when we go too close. Sometimes I see people going too close, like you are here, you are there, the bear is here. You can't be just close.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous. Sometimes tourists do that. They need to be more careful.
Yeah, well, my pet peeve, my issue I have with tourists too is when they do that, like they might go there, upset an animal, it runs off, and they think that's the end of it. And it's like, guys, that animal is running off, and if it runs into another hiker right now, that's going to be bad news. So
yeah, and you can't feed the animals here. Try. Last year I saw news about a person found a cub, and they hold the cub.
Wait, but picking up a
cub.
Bear
I don't
cub?
remember where it happened. I saw news about that last year. I think it happened in Alaska, if I'm not wrong. Forgive me if I am wrong. It's a person who saw a cub. It looks like this cub was lost. Yeah, but the cub ended up hurt a little bit. Yeah, that's
we
sad.
have
Sad.
entire sayings about like mama bear, not making mama bear mad.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to happen when you pick up a bear cub?
Oh, she will kill you.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, no questions.
She will not think twice. And the bears, they are very fast.
It's so like stupidly strong too.
Yeah.
I think everyone. I mean, they see pictures like that, and it's like, oh, it looks so cuddly and all that. It's like
but no, they
very warm and cuddly, but also oh so strong. Like I'm read like a lot of bear accounts and everything, and some hunters were telling stories where it took like their double barrel shotgun and just bent it like all the way down the middle like it was nothing. So it's like just ridiculously strong. So.
Yeah, they are. 2 months ago, I was watching a black bear with 3 little cubs. I think they are like 1 week old. But they are very little. And so she left these cubs next to the tree, and she was eating. She was a little far of the cubs, and they are playing, and they fall all the time, and so making noise. And so she fly there. In 1 second, she was in the tree, and she was not close, very close. So they are very fast. And I was watching another mama bear playing with her cub. And oh my God, and the way they are playing, it looks like they are fighting because they are so strong. So yeah, people have to be careful with bears. Bears, moose too, they charge people, especially if they have babies. Yeah.
So if you're trying to get a picture specifically of a moose, a bear, something like that, are you going to go about doing it differently just depending on the animal, or is it pretty much the same for any animal?
Well, I like to say sometimes heavy animals don't like to cooperate for pictures. They show their butt, they turn their back on you. It's very funny. But all the animals, every time I have a chance to photograph some animal, I don't know, I never have any problems. Sometimes I don't have the picture because they look to me and they show their butt and they leave. And they say, okay, but I never follow the bear, If the animal leave, okay, he left.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're not tracking animals, really.
No.
You just
I always
set up somewhere.
Yeah, if I go out to looking for animals photographs. If I see, great. A distance, I will try take my pictures. The animal is leaving. Leave him alone. Once you leave, let him leave. And so I go to the next. I start to looking for more. I do that usually.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that totally makes sense then.
Yeah, it's important to respect the animals, respect the space. You want the picture. Sometimes you can have, sometimes you can't. Just to let things happen, and it will work well. No one will be hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. So if someone's trying to get into like wildlife photography, like let's say they're in Alaska or wanting to move up here or wanting to get into it, like let's say they hardly know anything about photography at all, like what would you tell them to work on to get to the point where they can take beautiful pictures?
Well, about that, I learned alone take pictures. I can tell I still learning. So I think you have it. If you buy a camera, try your camera. Learn your camera, see how it works, and try to learn about the animals, how to protect about a bear attack, for example. Have bear spray with you. Be prepared. If you want to walk in the on the trails, go in place to take pictures, you have to be prepared. You have to protect yourself. You have to know what you are doing. So read about it. This is what I was doing when I started. Because when I started, I don't know, I say, well, I don't know nothing about bears. I don't know nothing about moose. Let me see how these animals behave. What distance is better I keep. Make noises, don't make noises. What I can do. So learn before you go out taking pictures.
Yeah, so learning about the animals is just as important as learning about the equipment.
Yeah, so you don't make it a silly mistake and don't be in trouble, be hurt or the animal be hurt. Because sometimes you go too close. For example, when I saw a moose first time, I don't know, you have to be far away. So I was going there to see, like when you see a cat. I was saying, oh, look, okay, they was going. And so my husband say, hey, where are you going? You can't go too close. I say, why? I say, because they are wild animals. They can't charge you or hurt you. I say, oh. And so I start to read about it, say, oh, yeah, that's right. You can't just go there and put your hand in the moose. Yeah, because this is what I was trying to do.
Did you do that?
No, but I was on my way. And my husband stopped me. He said, hey, where are you going? I said, I want to see the moose. Say, don't go too close.
It's like, hold on there, partner.
Yeah. I was a little silly my first year here. When I saw a bear, I said, oh my God, it's possible we hug the bear? My husband said, no, stay away. Yeah.
It's like they look warm and cuddly, which they are, but they will also kill you.
Don't touch the animals, don't feed the animals. Keep a safe distance and you will enjoy. I have so much great experience with animals. I have luck to watch them, a moose having a baby. It's very nice. But always with respect for the animals and keep the distance.
Yeah. Do you have a specific type of animal you like to photograph more than others?
Bears.
Bears? Okay.
I love bears. Yeah, I am crazy for bears.
Yeah, well, I was noticing your Instagram is like a lot of black bears, so not a big surprise.
Yeah, I love bears. And this year you will see lots of brown bears there because, I am going to catch I am very excited because it will be my first time there. Yeah, I love bears. I love all the animals, but bears, they are my favorite.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before we got started, but I think you would really enjoy Kodiak. Like
I have to go there. Yes, I know. It's in my list. It's on my list. I going there for sure.
Yeah, no, I remember I saw like 4 or 5 Kodiaks within like the first 24 hours just from the side of the road while I was there.
It's amazing. I have a couple of friends taking pictures there, and they say, "Oh my God, I am so jealous! I have to go there too and take pictures." Yeah, I don't have a chance yet, but it's on my plans. I will be doing that for sure.
Yeah, outstanding.
Yeah.
So, what would you say would be a good camera for for wildlife photography? Because, I mean, we don't necessarily need something professional, but something a little bit better than, the iPhone camera that people use.
Well, it's like I say, I started taking pictures 4 years ago, so I just have 2 cameras, the Canon, and I think I think any camera you buy, you can take pictures. And I think, and so you have to see the size of the lens you want to see what kind of pictures do you want to take. And so you buy your camera and your lens. Thinking about that, for example, when I buy my camera, I have the lens 300, a small one, and so I have a point. I say, well, this is not enough. I need a big one, so I buy the 600 millimeters, the lens, to bring the animal more closer to me and for me to work. So when I started taking the pictures, I still learning, and I was seeing everything by myself. Oh, this camera is nice, but I need another lens, so I will buy. And always searching online and reading a lot, talking with other photographers. And I am not the best to say, what's the best camera, because I don't think I am there yet,
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. So, I guess real quick then, been up here for about, 5 years or so. What would you say the culture is like here in kind of Alaska just in general? If you had a chance to really plug into groups and kind of build those connections yet?
I don't see much of it here. I really don't. So I don't know what to say. I mean, people here is nice. People here is nice. I don't know. I know people here like to go to fishing and the hiking and the camping. That's what this is what I see here in Alaska. But about the culture, something like that, I don't have the chance yet to see something like that.
Okay, well that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, so, but it's like I say, I have a lot. I still learning Alaska. I have a lot to see here yet for me. A lot to learn, and yeah.
Where all do you want to visit? Where all do you want to visit and go out and experience? Because I know like every Alaskan's got like a list of places that they want to go visit.
I want to go everywhere, all the places possible here. I want to know the whole Alaska. I want to know and learn everything about here. So every year I go to the road and I go lots of places. Last year I was in Valdez, Denali, Whittier. I don't know. I go so much places in Alaska last year. And this year I have plans to go. So I want to see everything here. Yeah, everything. I love this place.
It's like, it's very ambitious.
Oh my God, yeah. I want to know everything. I want to see everything, make all the tours, go everywhere I can go to take pictures. Yeah. And when I am done, I start over. Yeah.
I think that's definitely a good goal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Priscila, I really do appreciate you jumping on and kind of talking about your experience of being up here and kind of talking about wildland photography, kind of just some do's and don'ts associated with that. So I really do appreciate it. Everyone else, we are going to put a link to her Instagram page in the description section down below. So if you want to get a link to that to kind of see what all that's about, feel free to check them out. Like I said, she's got a lot of beautiful photography on there, so do make sure you jump in there and take a look. But thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.